So, good morning, everyone. Glad to see so many bright and shining faces here this morning for the second Herbicide Resistance Summit. We've got a few housekeeping details to go through before we get started on the program, and I suspect it'll take us 5 minutes to do that, and we would like to start on time. As you came in, you got one of these little clickers. I think this slide probably tells you how to use it as well as I could tell you from here. But you simply turn it on, and when you're asked to vote, you'll press the number that corresponds with the vote that you want to do and press send. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Now, I think we have something for you to play with here. So everybody make sure you got your clicker turned on. And the presenters are supposed to read the questions for you, so you'll have a little bit of time to get ready to answer. So now that the NFL is playing on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays, I believe we should have 1, more football, 2, less football, or 3, watch football. So let's go ahead and vote on that. Looks like we got a fairly diverse audience. That's what we were looking for. So on a little more serious vein, I'm going to ask you to identify yourself. And here you'll enter all that apply. And what you'll have to do is, like if you're a grower, press 1, send. If you're with a government, press 4 and send. If you're with a government and a professional society, press 4 and send, and 9 and send. So let's play with this one a little bit. Okay. We have a grower or two. Nobody from the press, nobody from ag equipment. No lending institutions. I guess everybody's got enough money. Okay, so you get the drift on how to use this, and most of the presentations will have some questions, and you'll go through this voting procedure, and then we'll come up and you can see kind of what's going on. My name is Harold Coble. I'm an old broken-down weed scientist from North Carolina and now retired from USDA, and I have the pleasure of being your Master of Ceremonies today. My major task is to introduce the speakers and to keep all the questions and comments on target and on time. I would like to have your questions or comments associated with the individual presentation. There will be time after each presentation for questions or comments. Please try to be as brief as you can. If you have comments to make on that presentation, try to keep them within a minute, because we would hope there'd be several comments from the audience on these. This program is also being webcast, and for those of you who could not be here and are tuning into the webcast, you could also send in questions and comments in the box that's just below the video screen. We will have people monitoring the webcast for those comments that come in. They will collate those, and the questions or comments will be made from the floor here. A couple of housekeeping deals. The restrooms, you go out this door, turn right. They're very close. There's not much cell reception in this building, but I get it on Verizon, so please silence your cell phones. Now, all of you got one of these green folders when you came in. In this folder is the agenda. There's a page in here that you can take notes on. in terms of what role you play in the herbicide resistance management community. There are copies of the abstract for the presentations, and there's an index card. Do not write anything on this index card until I make the final presentation today, please. Save this. It'll be valuable for you as we go forward. Okay, it's my pleasure this morning to start the program off by introducing the person who will introduce our guest from USDA. Dr. Cheryl Kanikas is the Director of the Office of Pest Management Policy in USDA and my most recent boss. Cheryl has been in that position for about 3 years now. 4 years. Wow, time flies, Cheryl. Only 5. Well, anyway, Cheryl did her graduate work at NC State University in soil science. She spent several years with the Natural Resource Conservation Service, NRCS, and she came to the Office of Pest Management Policy as director from NRCS. So, Cheryl, the floor is yours.